Hi, I'm J.A. Carlton, and I'm living in hope. And if you're here with me, then you are too. I'm trying something a little bit new today, so forgive me if this is just kind of awkward. I've never done a screen cappy thing. Anyway, so I'd like to share a little story with you, and hopefully it won't take too much time. It's raining. It's a dark and stormy day in Austin, Texas. Anyway, yeah, now that that's out of the way. So the story, I got scammed. The thumbnail will tell you all about it, or the thumbnail tells you I got scammed, but I came through okay on the other side. Now, that doesn't happen to everybody. In fact, there are a lot of people out there that got scammed and got hurt by it on a lot of different ways and a lot of different types of scams. The one I'm going to talk about in particular is a Pitch Fest scam that happened. So, as many of you know, I am a writer. I write books mostly. I do dabble in screenplays. I shouldn't say dabble, that makes it sound less serious, but I prefer novels as my primary medium. Screenplays are wonderful to write, don't get me wrong. They really help you streamline your story. They can be a fantastic way to make sure that you're getting your point across. So I've been writing since I was about 12. And mostly because I got really tired of copying pages out of books. My handwriting, my penmanship was so atrocious. That's back in the days when there was cursive and when you had to learn how to write cursive. So yeah, I'm that old. But I started writing stories. And it was because I loved to read, even as a kid. My mother was an avid reader, so, I could read 3 or 4 books at any given time. And my best friend and I actually spent a summer going through and reading books out loud to each other, reading an entire series of books out loud to each other, long, long before the famous Harry Potter series, which I think we probably would have wound up reading to each other if we had been kids during that particular heyday. Neither here nor there. So, as you can see on the screen, this is my personal website. This is my jacarlton.com website. And you can see up here that I have a tab called Freebies. Now, this is going to come into play here. So you click that tab, and that's going to take you to this particular page. The only freebie that I have available right now is this book, Your Life, Your Destiny, Your Choice, the writing of which actually helped me grow my current mindset when it comes to stumbling blocks and quote unquote failure in endeavors. But writing this really helped me obtain perspective, both from where my toxic personal ideals came from and how to slip out from under them, as well as how to reprogram myself for forgiveness. When you're not perfect, you got a lot of things to forgive. And believe me, I'm about as far from perfect as you can get. But the thing of it is that you got to try. And that kind of is going to take us back to a little bit. I'm going to go back to the main page here, the landing page. And as you can see on the banner, if you need help, the links are below. Know that you are loved. There are a lot of people out there who deny their passion. There are a lot of people out there who deny themselves, who deny who they are, because they're afraid that they won't fit into, or they're told that they won't fit into other people's ideas and ideals. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say something that's not very cool, actually, or maybe it is very cool. F them. You do not need to fit into anybody else's ideas or ideals of who you are. You don't have to. The only person that is with you 24/7, 365 from the day you're born to the day you die is you. And you are the person who has to respect you. So you need to follow through on being who the best you can be, being the you that you are and the best you that you could possibly be. It was a little bit clumsy, but hopefully you get my gist and understand what I'm trying to say here. So there are a lot of links here. Kids, teens, LGBTQIA. So we have the Trevor Project, to write love on her arms, itgetsbetter.org. We have youth anxiety and suicidal ideation, the ADAA.org, Anxiety Canada, helpguide.org, youth depression, symptoms, causes, etc. So help guides, kids health, suicide hotline. So in different ways to help. And all these links on this particular page are clickable. And we have substance abuse because, as we know, people who are depressed, people who tend to have suicidal ideation, people who have suffer from massive anxiety, also have a tendency to try to self-medicate. And self-medication can be anything from drugs, alcohol, to unsafe sexual practices, to bad dietary choices. That was mine. I was a sugar junkie. And wow, yeah, that just brought no good. I'll talk about that in a whole nother thing. But as you can see, there's we got a thing going on right now about people who want to deny folks ideas to access to ideas that they don't like because it makes them uncomfortable. So read books. Read books. If a book is worth banning, it's worth reading. If somebody wants to ban a book that you want to read it, because there's obviously something in there that is enlightening to some degree or will help you connect to some degree. As a writer, I will tell you, I lost my way for a long time. I had an entire file cabinet that basically, when you opened it up, the only thing that you would see was rejection letters from publishing houses. Small ones, big ones, indies, magazines, you name it, I got rejected from it. Hundreds, in the plural, of rejection letters. And I let it get me down, and boy, did it get me down. It got me down to the point where I quit writing for a long time. And all that did was really deplete my soul. I was massively dishonoring myself because I had all these stories that I wanted to tell, but I wouldn't let myself get excited about them. I wouldn't let myself write them down. I wouldn't let myself dive into the particular escape of creating a world where I could work out my own problems or create characters that could work out problems that were similar to mine. And isn't that kind of what books and movies are all about? Anyway, so I went, thank goodness for Amazon KDP, which started off as, what did it start off as? It'll come to me as soon as I finish this recording. But Amazon, they allowed so many of us to actually pursue our dreams. So we appreciate you. Now, eventually I did start writing again, obviously. And what flowed out enabled me to complete 11 books. I think I had 1.5 done. I think I was in the middle of the second book of my Freedom Fighter series when I had got so many rejections from the first book that I just decided, okay, I can't do this anymore. And I had outlines and several workups for stories, like maybe 4 or 5 other books in notebooks. But I chose not to pursue them because the first book got rejected so many times. It was, and I spent literally thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars over years with regards to paper, ink, postage, return postage, floppy disks on which to save my original manuscripts, on getting proofreaders, on trying to get beta readers, on you name it, literally thousands and thousands of dollars that were thrown in the garbage pretty much. And when you are a writer, and when you don't have a sugar daddy or a sugar mama or somebody who can support you or will support you while you sit at home and write and don't do anything to earn a living and don't do anything to pay your bills other than trying to get somebody to buy your books, it's frustrating because you have to go out there and you have to earn a living and you have to put in that 40-hour work week. And sometimes by the time you get home, you're exhausted. And the last thing you want to do is write or face another rejection letter. So it kind of does weigh you down. But this floodgate that opened up when I did start writing again led me to complete the other 9.5 novels that I have, or books, I should say, that I have done. And again, working on the 12th as it is. It took me a few years to kind of get to the point where I am with book 5 of the Heroes of the Line series. And that's because I am troubled by the concept that I cannot write simple stories. I keep trying. It just doesn't happen. Ask anybody who's read anything. So after I got scammed, I was able to, because of all this past history of rejection and stuff, I was able to kind of take it with a grain of salt and understand that the only thing that I really lost was a couple of $100 in fees. And what I gained was having 5 complete scripts, screenplays, spec scripts that I can work with. Yes, they need to get coverage. Yes, they're going to need to be undoubtedly rewritten at some point in time. But should it come across the proper contest, should it come across the proper call for particular scripts, I probably have something that should fit it, that I can submit. Now, I do belong to Inktip. I'm on, Blacklist, and on WeScreenplay.com. And that's where I'm going to be getting my coverage from. These are reputable sites that you pay for your coverage and you get good coverage. And coverage is basically just critique. What can you do better? What needs to be changed to make it more saleable? And then there is, of course, the International Screenwriters Association, which I'm a member of. So, I have these resources that I didn't have way back in the day. But that particular scam that I was taken in by actually pushed me to invest in a promotions company. And that's where this website comes from. This is my professional website. This is authorjacarlton.com. And I am pleased as punch with what they have done to build this website. As you can see, who doesn't love a phoenix, okay? Dumbledore was not the only person who loved phoenixes, and he was not the first one. So, although I got to admire his taste with that. The phoenix, if you don't know, is a mythical bird which arises from its own ashes. So I chose this because I feel like there was a time where I had kind of flamed out and I just didn't know what was going to come of me, and I was buried in despair. So that time has changed. I have a few friends, one in particular, to thank for that, who convinced me to watch a TV show that I wasn't going to get involved with, but I did. I wasn't going to get involved with it because every TV show that I like winds up getting canceled, usually in the first season. This particular one did not. It was The Little Show That Could, And it went on for 16 seasons. Yeah, and talk about inspiration and inspiring. Yeah, those first 5 seasons that it was on, boy, did I write up a storm. Anyway, so I thank her for that. And I thank the stars and the creator and the network that ran the show. And those are dedications that you'll find in several of my books. Anyway, so this is the new website, and yeah, that's me. Okay, my hair's not that short anymore, but it's probably one of my better pictures. Yeah, okay. They did such a wonderful job on this website. It is lush. The visuals are absolutely 100% lush. If we take a look over here, you're going to see your life, your destiny, your choice. This is not a free clickable link here. That's on my jacarlton.com page or website. Touch Me, A Beginner's Guide to Massage. I've been in healthcare for over 30 years. Broken is my absolute bestseller so far. It's a standalone thriller. It's actually just a kind of a horrifying ride inside the mind of a serial killer. Soul Hunter. Wednesday's Child is the one that we're promoting right now. That is the first book in my Freedom Fighters trilogy, followed by Into the Fire and Fortune's Tide. So that's a dystopian trilogy. And then we go into my new adult series, Heroes of the Lion series. It is a new adult fantasy action adventure. Starts with The Coming of Shades, which was Here's the Line Book 1. It was originally titled Nick of Time. The second one, Return of the Line, was originally titled Second Hand. I was trying to be clever, but that didn't work out really well. The third one, Here's the Line, is The Third Race. And then the fourth tier, which is book 4. I'm currently working on book 5, which is The Fifth Principle. It's been a little slow going because, again, I tend to wind up with very complicated things that I need to do a lot of research on. I'm even lucky enough to have a few reviews, video reviews at this point, which is so cool and so exciting. And then even some of the print reviews. And even though this one's a duplicate, but that's okay. We'll hopefully get some other ones going. Again, Wednesday's Child right here. And that's pretty much it. So getting back to the whole point of all this, and let me take you back to my first landing page here. Getting back to the point of all this is that we all have darkness inside, and oftentimes we all battle against it, but you don't have to be alone in it. What you do have to do, and again, you have to honor that part of yourself that wants to stay in the game. Okay, if you quit, just like any sport, any game, video game, card game, board game, and back in the day, we had this board game called the Game of Life. If you wanted to quit, you walk away. And that's what I did with my writing for many years. And it almost killed me. It caused so much pain. And I did it to myself. So learn from my mistake. Don't quit. Change your focus. Don't write to impress other people. Don't follow your passion. Don't paint. Don't draw. Don't sketch. Don't build to impress other people. Do it to impress yourself, to stretch who you are, to stretch the limits of your creativity. Respect yourself enough to go ahead and do that. And if you need help, please come to this page, come to jacarlton.com and click any one of these links, or take a screenshot of it so that you can click them on your own or look them up on your own. Because you are worth it, and you are loved, and you are the only person that you have to answer to 365 24/7 from the day you're born to the day you die. You are the only person that you must have respecting you, if that makes any sense. So once you respect yourself and you honor your passions, your creativity, then you're going to understand that a lot of people, those people who don't understand you, those people who attack and belittle and make you feel horrible about who you are, that they really just don't respect themselves either. But you can show the way. You can be the light to lead the way for them. So thank you very much for your time and your attention. And as always, I wish you the best. And if you want to contact me, you can do so from either website, jacarlton.com. There is a contact link somewhere. I think it might be under who we are. Let me see. Yes. Okay. So, yep, there's an email link right there. And then if you go to the authorjacarlton.com link, you'll see down at the bottom, there is the email link right down there too. So feel free to contact if you have questions about the books or anything like that, or, what have you. Again, thank you for your time, and please appreciate yourself and honor yourself. Anybody else who will honor you will come along, and those who won't, that's up to them. That's their baggage, not yours. So keep hoping. I'm going to do the same. Thanks again. Bye now.